How's it going out there, YouTube land and also some social media lands? Welcome to an all-new video. In this video, we're going to be reviewing a film that just came out on Netflix about a couple weeks ago and is a horror comedy film that just was really fun and going to be fun to talk about, so we're going to get right into that. But before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss this video or any other videos I put up. As always, people, if you enjoy my content here on YouTube, definitely check out my other social media platforms: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Rizzle, all those great places where I pretty much post on a regular basis, so definitely check those out. And as always, let's get right into this. So welcome one and all to an all-new video. So like I was saying before, we're going to be talking about and doing a review of a new film that just came out on Netflix a couple weeks ago, and is a horror comedy film that just was really fun, really enjoyable, and really kicked butt. And that happens to be the film known as Day Shift. Yeah, Day Shift. Yeah. So Day Shift is a new film that is on Netflix that's basically about vampires and a vampire hunter that's killing these vampires to make money, basically to survive in modern times. And this film just was really fun, really enjoyable, had a lot of great comedy elements, and all around was just really action-packed and good. Now, this happens to be directed by a first-time director. Now, this gentleman, he has actually done a lot of stunt work and done some acting and stuff like that, but this is his actual directorial debut. And that happens to be the gentleman that goes by the name of Mr. J.J. Perry! Oh yeah! J.J. Perry! Woo! J.J. Perry! Yeah! So J.J. Perry, like I said, is a first-time director. This is his directorial debut. And like I said before, he's actually done a lot of different, like, stunt performance, stunt directing, and stuff like that for a lot of big-budget films. And also has been an actor in a few small roles and stuff like that, like Mortal Kombat's and stuff like that he's done. But this is actually the only film he's actually directed. And from what I gathered from the film, and, after watching it, I thought he did a really good job. I mean, the action sequences in the film were so well choreographed and so well, brought to fruition in the film that you could see that his, stunt background really pulled off to make some really epic action sequences throughout the film. I mean, especially the very beginning, action sequence with the main star and one of the characters he's fighting. I mean, it's just off-the-wall crazy fighting, but it's so well choreographed and just so well done. And I think JJ did a great job of bringing those action sequences to life. He gave us a really well-rounded action performance. But also I thought he did a good job of bringing us a lot of great comedy and a lot of great dialogue throughout the film that just really, I felt, flowed very well throughout the film and gave us a really solid film. If you haven't seen anything J.J. Perry has directed, definitely check out Day Shift on Netflix now. He did a really fantastic job. So this movie has actually a really good cast. I really enjoyed all the actors and actresses that were involved with this film. And overall, I think they all did a great job of bringing this film to life and giving us this really great kind of vampire action comedy film. Now, to start us off is none other than the main character himself, Mr. Jamie Foxx! Oh yeah, Jamie Foxx! Woo! Jamie Foxx! Yeah! Oh, Jamie Foxx. Now, Jamie Foxx, of course, he won his Oscar for Ray back in the early 2000s when he made that. And, of course, he's known for, such small parts as in Due Date. He had his own TV show. He was on Living Color. I mean, he's been around the block. He's done a lot of things. And, he's a really great comedian. But dramatic elements and, dramatic stuff, he really showed that he could do that when he, did Ray. But in this film, I feel that he really brought his comedy roots back and gave us some really good, solid action along with some great comedy. Now, another film that Jamie was in that you should definitely check out if you haven't seen it is a great film that he really showed I think, one of his best performances, of his career, I feel. I think it's one of his best. Is a great Quentin Tarantino film that came out in the late 2000s, early 2010s. And, of course, is a film called Django Unchained. Yeah, Django Unchained. Yeah, this movie is fantastic, and Jamie Foxx was so good in this film. I absolutely love him as Django. He really brought a great, just really great perspective to the character. He gave us a great performance, and I think this performance was even better than his Ray performance altogether, because his action, his scenes, and his acting and his lines were all just so much better delivered, I feel, than in his film of Ray. And I just think that he did such a great job in this film. It just is a really solid film to begin with. Even if Jamie Foxx wasn't in it, I still think it would have been a great film anyways. But definitely, if you want to see something that Jamie Foxx did really good, definitely check out Django. He was really phenomenal in it. And overall, just a really phenomenal film. Definitely check it out. A really great, solid film, and a great performance by Jamie. But overall, I really enjoyed Jamie in this film. I thought he did a great job. I loved his, interactions with Megan Good. I liked his interactions with the little girl that played his daughter. His, interactions with Dave Franco and Snoop Dogg and other different characters throughout the film. He just worked really well with. He gave us a really solid kind of like vampire hunter, kind of Blade feel with his character, and I thought he just did a really superb job. If you haven't seen Jamie in anything recently, definitely check him out in Day Shift. He was really good. So that brings me to the next actor I'd like to talk about this film. And that, of course, is the other kind of main character himself, Mr. Sidekick in this film, Mr. Dave Franco! Oh yeah, Dave Franco! Woo, Dave Franco! Oh my god, Dave Franco. I love this guy. I think he's a fun guy. I enjoy the performance he brings to the film. But the one thing about Dave is that I always feel it's the same damn character in every movie, and that's what his character was like in this film. It wasn't bad, but it just felt like every other character that he's played is exactly the same from each of his films that he's been in, from The Disaster Artist to anything else he's been in. I feel that he's always pretty much the same type of character. But I still think he was fantastic in this. I loved the character that was in this film, and I thought he really brought a great, just fun characterization to this character that was very Dave Franco. Now, another film Dave was in that I really enjoyed him, and I think he's fantastic in, and I think is one of his best roles, is a great film that came out in 2012 starring Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill called 21 Jump Street. Yeah, 21 Jump Street. Yeah, the movie based on the awesome TV series from the 80s. Oh my god. Dave Franco as the villain slash protege slash kind of like sidekick guy in this film was just so freaking funny and fun. And especially the scene at the very beginning when we first meet him, and he says, "You're not about the environment, bro? That's not cool." Just like how he brought it and presented it was just so stinking funny. And just throughout the whole film, he just was so fun and hilarious. And especially like the scene where he's in the library or the wherever room he was in doing whatever he was doing, and he was selling the drugs to Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill. He's like, "Only a narc would say that, narc." And they're like, "Well, by definition, if you're saying what you're saying, it means that you're a narc because you just called us a narc." And just like his expressions and just how he presented it was just so fun and on point. And I thought Dave did a great job with it. If you haven't seen 21 Jump Street for Dave, definitely check him out in it. He was actually really great in it. But like I said, overall, I really enjoyed his character in this. I thought he was fun. I thought he was fantastic. I thought he did a really great job. And I think that he just did overall a really awesome job, and he was just his pure Dave Franco self, and he created an extra great layer to his characterization in this film, and just it was a great character in the film altogether. If you haven't seen Dave in anything recently, definitely check him out in Day Shift on Netflix. He was really fantastic. So that brings me to the final actor I like to talk about that was in this film, and that is none other than the OG rapper himself, Mr. Snoop Dogg! Oh yeah, Snoop Dogg! Woo, Snoop Dogg! Yeah! Oh my god, Snoop Dogg is so awesome. Love this guy. He is so freaking awesome. Everything he's a part of, he's so much fun. He's so enjoyable to watch. And just overall, he's just a really fun guy. For the short time that he was known as, Snoop Lion, I think that was absolutely hilarious. It's funny he had to revert back to Snoop Dogg because nobody got that he was Snoop Lion. And I think that just how he presented it and how he dealt with it was just so Snoop. And he just was so much fun and so hilarious to see in like interviews and stuff. He's just an awesome dude too, and he's just so much fun to watch. But another great film that he was in that I really enjoyed him in was a great film that came out in 2004 and is based off of another TV series that was really popular in the 70s, and he just plays a really great character in this movie, portraying a character from the TV series. And that happens to be the movie called Starsky and Hutch. Yeah, Starsky and Hutch. This movie is so freaking fantastic, and I absolutely love Snoop Dogg as Huggy Bear. He is so stinking hilarious as this character. I love everything he presents with it. I love how he just brings the character to life, and I just love how his interactions with everyone and how like he's so smooth and such a amazing pimp and stuff like that, and he just really embodied that character so well, and I think he was a perfect choice. If you haven't seen Snoop in anything else besides this, definitely check him out in Starsky and Hutch. He was really fantastic. But I really enjoyed his character in Day Shift. I really liked his it wasn't like a super huge role, but overall it was still a really fantastic role when he was in it. And I thought he kicked ass in the film. And I just thought that he was a really awesome character, and I loved his interaction with Jamie Foxx and with Dave Franco and everyone that he was involved with in the film. And I just thought he worked really cohesively with the film and gave us a really solid performance. If you haven't seen Snoop in anything lately, definitely check him out on Day Shift on Netflix. He was really awesome in it. So what is Day Shift about? Basically, the premise of Day Shift is Jamie Foxx's character is a single father, recently estranged from his wife. They're separated. I don't think they're fully divorced, but they are separated. And he basically is working to basically pay the bills for his kid and his alimony and stuff like that. And basically, he ends up finding out that his ex-wife is deciding he's going to move him and his daughter, and that they can't afford the school that they're sending him to. And so he basically has to figure out a way to come up with the money to keep them there so they don't move from where they live. And so he won't be able to see his daughter anymore. And he ends up using what he's been doing to make money, being a vampire hunter and getting their teeth, to solve that problem. And basically it's about him trying to get that money and him dealing with vampires and a crazy situation that envelopes in this film. It's a really fantastic film, really well done. I really enjoyed it. I thought there was a lot of great moments to it. I thought it had a really fantastic feel. I thought overall it just was a really aesthetically pleasing and just a really fun action comedy vampire film. One of the few vampire films I've seen in recent years that I think that is really, really well done. But there's some great scenes in this film, I feel like. There's some interactions throughout the whole film. There's some great action sequences with Snoop. There's some great action sequences with Jamie. You got some great banter between Dave Franco and Jamie Foxx, and Dave Franco and other characters. You just get great moments from Dave Franco throughout the whole film. You got some interesting interactions with Megan Good and the daughter. And just overall, you have just a lot of fun scenes throughout this whole film that just really rock the film and make it really enjoyable. If you haven't seen Day Shift yet, definitely go check it out on Netflix now. Really fantastic film, really well done. Giant 10 golden movie boxes up. So that's it for this movie review, guys. As always, thank you for watching, thank you for liking. Also, thank you for subscribing. And if this is your first time here or you have been here before, don't forget to check out any older new videos you might not have seen mine yet. As always, people, if you enjoyed my channel and want to support this channel, definitely check out my links down below, either from my Patreon page, where if you become a patron of mine, you get all kinds of extras, outtakes, bloopers, says, and what I do next, and all that kind of cool stuff. So that's something to look at. And also, if you're a huge horror fan, which this is a horror comedy, definitely check out the Horror Pack, where you can get great horror films every month right to your door for a great low price. So definitely check that out too. As always, people, catch you next one.